Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back to Java and Joy. We are going to be talking about how to do a summer glow up for women over 40. So, this is going to be like daily rituals that you can do to feel your best, to get your energy going, feel confident, because summer is really the best time for a glow up. I mean, let's be honest, there's something about summer and the extra vitamin D and the fresh air and vacations and all the activities that just put an extra pep in our step. At least it does for me. And why not take advantage of that and really give yourself a glow up this summer? So when you go back into fall and you get back to that normal routine and everybody, going back to school, all the things, you're going to feel amazing and you're going to be like a fresh, brand new you. So it's like a summer retreat just for you. So that's what we're going to talk about. Summer glow ups for women over 40. Now, you don't have to be over 40 for any of these rituals to apply to you, but these are going to be things that are tailored to us ladies who are over 40, who are probably, either getting close to perimenopause or in perimenopause. We're struggling with identity, we're energy, fatigue, brain fog, all these kinds of things. So these are going to be rituals to help you just kind of like mellow that stuff out and just really feel like you again. And not just you, but like a really great version of you. So settle in. Let's talk about some daily practices to glow up this summer. But as always, before we dive in, let's talk a little housekeeping here. First and foremost, if you are not already in the Joy Circle, ladies, get in the Joy Circle. It's on my website. It's in all my show notes. We do monthly challenges and ladies' nights. The challenges vary. It could be energy resets, metabolism resets. It could just be steps challenges or water challenges, whatever. It's always something new and fun. And it's just a really good way for you to get yourself on track in different ways and do it with support and be a part of a community of women who are all just really trying to do the same things that you are. And you're there to support each other and love each other and cheer each other on. And I absolutely love that community so much. So come join us. Our next challenge actually starts next week. Ladies' Night is the week after, where we always do some kind of fun workshop together. And then we always do like some fun trivia with prizes and games and all that kind of stuff too. So get your booties in the Joy Circle. If you are not there, what are you doing? Get in there, okay? And I want to talk about my joy moment of the week. Now, I've technically been gone 2 weeks because I pre-recorded the last episode because I was on vacation. So of course, my joy moment was a big moment. I was on vacation, 10 whole days of no work, of resting and just having an amazing time, spending time with my hubby, trying new foods, getting naps in. Now I say resting lightly because y'all know, if you know me, you know I'm a runner. Yes, of course, I still continued my workout schedule. I know there's people that are like, why in the world do you work out on vacation? I am someone who loves to work out. It is not something that I don't like to do. It was for a long time, but then it just became kind of who I am. And if I don't work out, I'm tired, I'm sluggish, I'm irritable, I just feel bloaty, all the things that we don't want. And when I'm on vacation, I'm obviously eating outside of my normal regime, lots of different foods, higher sugar, higher salt. So I feel like I really need to work out even more when I'm on vacation than I would even at home to kind of balance out all those energy drainers, so to speak. So I personally do not take rest on holiday when it comes to working out. I love starting my day with a good workout and then hitting up the breakfast buffet. Like that is everything to me. And then head to the pool and have a nap and maybe a margarita or a pina colada and then go do dinner and all that kind of stuff. That's my ideal day for me. And I got to do multiple of those and it was fantastic. But I did rest in the sense that I took naps. I slept in a little later. We took lots of like evening advantage of sitting and listening to piano music in this beautiful dome, live piano music every single night, and just laid in these like elegant chase lounges and just enjoyed like what I wouldn't normally do in an evening, right? No chores, no answering emails, no social media, which was the hardest part for me. But it's so necessary sometimes to just take that break, even from technology. Even when you are a content creator and a podcast host and you have a radio show, sometimes it's good to take a step back and just get away from it for a little bit. And that's why I chose to do all that batch creating and get it all done ahead so that I could just be present with myself, with my husband, and with our 2 little doggies, who also got to go on a little vacation, which they loved. And I got to tell you, so if you have pets and you have dogs and you travel with them, there's nothing better than finding a hotel that makes your dogs feel like next level welcome. Like they greet them with like packages, like welcome packages for our dogs with treats and like special little bowls and toys. And they even have a doggy dine-in room menu. So when you want to order room service, they have doggy options too. It's insane. Like it's just absolutely amazing. It just makes you know that like your dogs are, they're safe and they're welcome and they had the time of their lives as well. In fact, so we enjoyed it so much, we've already rebooked 4 additional trips for the summer. 2 were mini ones, 3 longer ones, but we decided we are just going to hit it hard this summer, use all that vacation time during these nice months and not have to travel super far, and just take these more like close to home vacations, so to speak, but within really nice, accommodations. So I am excited for the summer. Absolutely excited. So my joy moment was a 10-day joy extravaganza for sure. And it was just absolutely wonderful. So, but do share with me, what was your joy moment over the last week? Drop me a note in the comments, or you send me a message. I always love hearing what you've got going on and where you're finding your joy every single day. And if you could, take pictures of your joy moments. No, you don't have to be in them. If you're someone who's like, I'm not putting my face on social media, I hear you, I see you, I feel you. But you could always take a picture of like the book you're reading, or the cup of coffee you're enjoying, or that meal that you're having out that's special, or a park that you're visiting, right? Take those pictures and show them on your feeds on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is that you take in your content, and just share it as a joy moment. And I think that when you do that, you have more like proof for yourself to go back and see like, wow, I really did have a lot of great moments over the last summer or the last year or whatever. Whereas sometimes we forget about all the good because we don't see it all the time. So I think it's like your own personal diary, which I love. And it also shows other people how to find joy in their everyday lives. I think people don't realize how wonderful just a cup of coffee sitting on a park bench can really be, right? And when they see somebody else, claiming that as a joy moment, I think that ignites in them, like, oh, I can have these joy moments. So keep sharing those for yourself and for others. Feel free to tag me at Carla Joy Wellness in those. I love adding those to my stories and my feeds so that my community can see all of your joy moments as well. So keep those up and keep sharing, and paying forward the joy, because that's what it's all about, paying for the joy. Okay? All right. Now, before we get really settled in, let's do our warm-ups. First of all, coffee. Cheers. If you're driving, don't cheers. But whatever you're doing, release the tension, relax a little bit. Whatever is on your mind, put a pin in it. It will still be there when this episode is over, but this is your time to focus on you. Not the problems ahead, not yesterday's issues, tomorrow's issues, what's going to happen when you get home. Maybe you're driving right now. This is your time. This is your moment to have a joy moment. So make it about you and just relax a little bit. Let all the little stuff go. And if you can, cheers. Let's get some caffeine going. Because for me, the Java gives me the joy. All right, so let's pop in here. Let's get going. Let's talk about glow up habits for women over 40. Summertime is the season for glow up, ladies. And I'm not talking just physically. Absolutely physically. Yeah, this is an easy time. It's easier to lose weight. It's easier to get like a little glow on the skin. Those things are great. Don't get me wrong. Keep at it. If you want to, do some extra fitness, it's definitely easier in the summer to get out, get movement, get more steps in, do those things. But these are more things that won't just apply to summer for you. These are the habits that you can incorporate now while you have the extra momentum, while you have the extra energy from the extra vitamin D, and the pep in your step from it being summer and the change in routines. These are things that you can start doing now so that at the end of the summer, they're now habits for you and you can carry them into, the back to normal life, so to speak. Okay. And I want to be clear, we're not going to be talking about perfection today. This is just about feeling confident, feeling alive again, connecting with yourself again. Glow ups don't have to be some massive transformation. We're talking just little tiny daily habits, little moments for yourself, so to speak, that will become regular glow habits for you that are going to reignite you, especially after 40. Okay. So we're not trying to become a whole nother person by the end of summer, but we are definitely trying to leave this summer better off than we arrived. How's that? How's that, right? So let's create some habits that support you. Starting with your mornings. The very first thing I want you guys to work on is start your world in a way that you can for you before the world finds you and gets your energy. So your world has to come first, right? Your moments, and it could be a 10-minute quiet moment, right? And I'm talking things like have coffee while you're looking out the window or sitting on your porch if it's nice enough that morning, looking at the sunrise. Maybe it's just stretching and doing some deep breathing. It could be journaling. It could be prayer. It could be a gratitude list. So many different things that you can do here, but either way, you need to spend like 5 to 10 minutes just with yourself, with you as the priority, you as the focus before the rest of the world gets even one tiny drop of your energy. It will help set the tone for the day. It kind of like sets your nervous system on a nice even keel for you going into the day. We want to start our day with calmness. We don't want to start immediately going into reactive mode. Oh, I'm running late, I'm behind, we gotta get this, gotta get that. I'll have this to do today. We're starting to get into that like chaos immediately when we wake up. And if you start your day that way, it's probably going to be the tone for your day. And you're probably going to finish it that way too. And we don't want that. So what you do in those first few moments of the morning absolutely matters more than anything else we're going to do the rest of the day. We have to start the day with intention. Okay. So that's habit one that you've got to get into. And if it's 5 minutes, you can get up 5 minutes earlier to make this happen. If you got 10 minutes, great, take it. But you only got to do 5. Okay. Next is moving your body. And this is not applying to morning, by the way. You can do this part any time of the day you want, but I want you to move your body in ways that you love to move your body. I'm not saying go run 5 miles. I'm not saying you need to go cycle. I'm not saying you need to go take a Zumba class or a yoga class or whatever. What I'm saying is do whatever movement that you will not dread as much. And that could be going for walks. Maybe that's lifting weights for you. Maybe it's just dancing around your kitchen. Whatever it is, just make sure you're getting movement in. That is the important thing. The type of movement, not as near as important as getting the actual movement. But if you want to go more extreme, start training for that race. Y'all know I love to train for a new running goal. It's kind of my thing. I've actually started coaching a few people who wanted to start their own running journeys. And I love that. I love it. Like I've always done coaching for women in a wellness sense. But now that I finally, by the way, I finally got certified so that I can actually promote coaching for fitness, diet, nutrition, and things that I'm truly passionate about. And you guys that know me know that's kind of, my jam. And it's been really, really cool to start really coaching on a deeper level with those things and helping people, go from not running at all to running that first full mile, or helping somebody create a new meal plan or the first time they've had a meal plan or meal timing, or it's so enjoyable. And I think when you set these new things for yourself, it no longer becomes like, oh, I'm trying to make these big changes. If you're just like, I want to run a mile, it gives you something like work towards versus I want to work out to lose weight. Well, don't we all? Don't we all want to be fit and lose weight and be skinny and all the things? And that's fine if that's your goal. And if that's enough to motivate you, have at it, right? Some people are way more easily inclined to do things than others. But I think for me, setting little mini goals all the time is what keeps me wanting to run more and more and more and get better and better and better all the time. And by default, it makes me healthier. And by default, it helps me keep my weight in check, where I don't even have to think about, oh, I need to keep my weight in check. Oh, I need to do this to lose weight. I don't have to think about those things because I'm doing things that's going to kind of do that part for me. And that's way more fun to look forward to every day than getting on a scale or whatever, right? So, maybe you pick something that you want to train for. And again, it doesn't even have to be running. There's cycling, there's speed walking, lots of local 5K races in your area, I'm sure. Just Google it. And walking is almost always a category. So you can just train to walk your first 5K. And then from there, you can be like, all right, that took me 42 minutes. And now I'm going to work on getting it under 40 minutes. It doesn't have to be running. I'm just saying, go train for like some kind of an event like that though. And I think that it'll give you something to really work towards. And not to mention, a lot of 5Ks are for charities. So you're going to be doing something to help give back to your community in a very powerful way and do something good for yourself at the same time. And to me, that's a win-win all around. That's why I love doing races. Plus, you get pretty stuff, ladies. You get little medals and shirts and all kinds of goodies. So do something good for yourself. Do something good for somebody else at the exact same time. Sign me up for that every single day. So I highly encourage you to do that if you're, inclined to do so at all, or just maybe just do it once. If you hate it, don't do it again, right? But push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zones. But either way, get that movement. That is like, after starting your mornings the right way, getting movement somewhere in the day, that's going to be the number 2 thing that I recommend for you if you want that summer glow up. Okay. And it's going to set really good habits for you going into the fall. Okay. The third glow up habit that we're going to talk about is speaking to yourself kindly, not like you're the enemy. This one really does matter. If you speak to yourself in a certain way, you're going to respond in a certain way. So you really should be speaking to yourself as if you were speaking to someone that you love, because you should love yourself, right? So you need to speak more kindly to yourself. And that's where confidence will slowly come back instead of disappearing. Because if you're always looking in the mirror, pointing out things you don't like about yourself, or if you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, or I can't do that, it's going to be true. If you tell yourself, I can't do that, it will be true. You're right. You won't do that. Just like we were saying before, if you say, I can't walk a 5K, then no, you can't. If you say that, then that's correct. That will be correct. That will be the truth for yourself if you tell yourself that. But if you tell yourself, I can do this, it's going to be hard, but I got this. I'm strong. I've been through way worse than walking for 3.1 miles. I've done way harder things. Come on, ladies, think about it. Think of the things that you've done in your life. So if you talk to yourself in those ways, like, I'm amazing, I'm strong, I can overcome things, I can do this, suddenly things get easier for you. So start speaking to yourself as if you were your own best friend or your own husband or your own wife or whatever. And instead of like an enemy, speak to yourself in positive ways. It does take time. It does feel uncomfortable at first if you're not constantly doing that to begin with. But it will have a huge impact on your mental health, on your confidence, and everything else that you do and that you want to do or achieve. It will be affected by this. So to me, that's going to be your number 3 glow up habit for the summer. Okay. Your 4th glow up habit. I want you to actually put effort into yourselves this summer. And I don't mean you need to be getting up every day and doing full glam and curling your hair and all of that. What I want you to do is spend some time on yourself that feels good. And it may just be as simple as wearing a cute outfit that day, doing your skincare that you haven't been doing. Maybe you try a new lip gloss and you actually wear it every day. It's small acts of self-care like that is going to help you build that confidence. So I know for me personally, I'm someone who actually loves makeup and skincare and all that. But during the summer, specifically makeup for me becomes way less. I don't do near the steps or glam that I do with makeup in the winter as I do in the summer. Because in the summer, I'm like sweating and I'm hot and I'm going to pools most of the days. And I'm running a lot of races. So like glam's not going to fit in near as easily for me. But I'm still going to put on some mascara and some lip gloss, and I'm still going to do my skincare before I go to bed. So it's still spending time on yourself, and especially with that self-touch, I really think that matters tremendously. I mean, I've done an entire episode on that, the power of self-touch and what it does for you. It's like one of the most powerful forms of self-care. So remember to do those things every single day in some way. Maybe one day it's like, I'm picking the cute outfit. Maybe today it's, okay, I'm going to do some extra skincare. It can be something different every day, but just remember to put some effort into yourself, because we don't want to let ourselves go, because that's just a slippery slope where we're just going to feel blobby. I mean, if you don't put any effort into yourself, you're probably going to feel blobby, right? And if we feel blobby that day, we're probably not going to be near as motivated to work on whatever goals we're working on, right? Or whatever that might be, because we just feel blah. When you feel blah, you know, you're like, I don't care about eating healthy, or I don't care if I get my movement today, or I don't get, you know, like, it's like one of those things where, like, if you could just do something to make you feel a little better, a little more pep in that step, everything else is going to be affected by it. So remember to put a little effort into yourself every single day. Okay. All right, let's talk number 5 here. Your 5th glow up habit for the summer is going to be protecting your peace. And I think protecting your peace, for me, is as simple as setting boundaries. Because we hear protecting your peace a lot lately. And I think sometimes it comes across as like, I'm just going to say no to everything because I'm protecting my peace. And I don't think that is where we need to be going. I don't think we need to overcorrect here and just start being like closed off or overreactive. I think that this just means that, like, we just be more intentional with what we give our energy to and who we give our energy to. Not every relationship deserves like unlimited access to you, if that makes sense. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every conversation deserves you to have to be involved in. And that doesn't mean that someone you love gets no access to you because you're tired. It just means they don't get unlimited access to you. They get access to you in the capacity that you have to offer. People's negative opinions or whatever they're talking about, if it's something that's draining you or feels icky, or just scrolling on social media for that matter, if you come across something that's just not helping you in any way, if it's just like causing you to be stressed or worry, or it's something that's negative or whatever, then maybe we just don't engage in those things. Okay. So it's not a complete shutdown. I don't think protecting your peace needs to be this whole like, well, I don't have to do anything because I'm protecting my peace. Like, I feel like that's kind of been like the overarching trend lately. And I don't love that, but I do believe in setting boundaries, but I don't believe in just shutting everything off and feeling like you don't have to be a part of anything. I think that we all have to contribute to relationships, our jobs, and our community in some way to be productive human beings. And I think that maybe we don't overcorrect in that area is what I'm saying. So, you know, some people don't deserve your attention. That is 100% correct. However, that doesn't mean that we never listen to an opinion that is different than ours. It doesn't mean that if they don't agree with you, then they're not worthy of your time anymore. I think that that's not what we're talking about here. I think it's good to listen to other people's opinions, even when they don't agree with you. I think it's good to hear from other people's point of views in life. But I also think you can do it in a smaller capacity. Instead of letting every opinion and everything come at you all the time, just be more selective with it and limit it. It's more what I'm saying, right? We don't want to shut ourselves off completely and not be open-minded and not be, you know, exposed to things that may not be what we perfectly align with, right? But we want to spend the majority of our time with things that serve us, bring us joy, and that we do align with. Okay, so I hope that makes sense a little bit. So protect your peace, but don't shut down completely. How's that? Glow up habit number 6. So this is going to be where you are going to fuel your body like someone who deserves to feel good. So and immediately we're not going to talk restriction. We're not going to talk guilt. We're not going to talk dieting. We're not going to talk about taking anything away whatsoever. This is summertime. There's going to be cookouts. There's going to be the state fair. There's going to be vacations. There's going to be weddings. I mean, hello, June, wedding season. You've got graduations kicking off. I mean, 4th of July, Labor Day. Hello. Everything is going to be thrown at you. And if you want to be the person who doesn't enjoy any of it, fine, right? Be that person. But what I am talking about is we're going to worry about fueling ourselves this summer by making sure you're getting enough water every single day, making sure you're getting enough protein every single day, making sure you're getting enough fiber every single day. You can still go to the cookout and you can still have your veggies at the same time. There's no either or here. There's no excuses. There's no either or. So now I want to be clear here, because if you are someone who is diabetic or you have, very specific dietary needs, then I'm not going to tell you go to the party and eat the cake. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you're just someone who's looking to be overall healthy and have balance, I'm saying eat the vegetables, go to the party, and eat a smaller amount of the cake. We don't need a giant piece of cake or a giant slice of pie or whatever. Have a scoop of ice cream, right? But eat your dang veggies, ladies. Eat the protein and water, water, water. It's amazing what your body can balance out for you if you put in all the things that it actually needs. Okay. And then just eat a little less of the things that it doesn't. So it does amazing things for you. And you don't have to be so restrictive and feel like you're not even getting to live your life, which we only get one of. So I feel like you can have your cake and eat it too when it's done correctly. So the goal here is not going to be punishment. It's not about dieting. It's about fully living your life, but still fueling your body like it actually has to be fueled to function properly. Okay, your body actually requires very specific things, amounts of things, in order to function the right way. So if you want your metabolism to work for you and not against you, if you want your energy levels to be right, then you have to fuel properly. Period. There's just no way around that. Are there shortcuts out there? Absolutely. Will they backfire? 99% of the time, they will. So instead of saying, I'm going to try to lose weight this summer, just please take that out of your mind and just say, I'm going to start fueling my body properly, getting all the things that I actually need. And then when it's time for the treats and the goodies, I'm still going to have some, but we're going to portion control the crap out of it. Okay. There's your tough love on that one, but it's a great glow up for summer. And when you get to the end of the summer and you realize how much you actually still got to be part of the fun and you got to enjoy small bites of all the goodies, and somehow you still felt better coming out of it because now your body is fueled. You're probably going to be more regular. You're going to have more energy, feeling less bloated, because now you're giving your body all the things it actually needs. So you're going to come out feeling better while still enjoying your summer. Mark my words. Okay? All right, the last one. Glow habit. Number 7 for your summer glow up. Creating joy on purpose. I feel like sometimes we wait, or we might even be taught to wait for like joy to come to us instead of us actually creating joy. And I think that we think joy has to be these big moments, and there's actually more joy in the tiny moments. Things like adding fresh flowers on your deck or on your kitchen table, listen to music while you're cleaning or doing dishes, taking a sunset walk or a sunrise walk, lighting a candle at night, and sitting and reading a book, or even while you guys are having dinner, light a candle. It seems simple, but it creates a whole different ambiance. Something me and my husband started doing, and it seemed silly at first, but oh my gosh, we love it. So when we have dinner, especially if there's a theme, like if we're having Italian or we're having Mexican, we put on that style of music on our phone as if we were at the Italian restaurant or we were at the Mexican restaurant. And then if it's just, standard food, we just pick something that just feels fun to listen to at that time. But it kind of really changes your entire dinner experience. And it's one of those things. It's just kind of, you don't realize the impact that it can have, but having that ambiance makes a huge difference. And then like lighting a candle, candles soothe you. There's something about the flickering of light. There's actual studies on that where it calms the nervous system for you, and it just creates an inner peace. And it's as simple as lighting a candle. So why not, right? One of the things I love to do in my home, as someone who works from home, this is really, really, really good. But even if you don't work from home, just in the evenings while you're doing dishes, or you're maybe it's on the weekend, you're doing chores, whatever, turn on your TV and go to YouTube. I know most people have smart TVs now, right? Turn it to YouTube and look up ambiance rooms. And I'm saying there's every kind of ambiance room you could want. Do you want it to look like you're in a library, a cafe, on the beach, in a forest? Like whatever you can dream up, they've pretty much got it. And some of these are like 10 and 12 hours long, but you just turn it on, and you can mute it or unmute it if you want the music going. Obviously, that's going to create even more vibes for you. But if you just want quiet, it's just like having that screen there as you walk through a room, and it looks like a little pretty Italian cafe, or you walk by and you see like this pool scene or a Bahamas scene. It's like, just even if you're not sitting and staring at it, you're just getting glimpses of it, right? As like you're walking by throughout the day. But you think about that. If I look at that thing 10 times over the course of a day, and my mind gets to see palm trees or a little cute cafe or whatever, it's little moments of joy that you're just sprinkling in there without even knowing it. And it's something that's become huge for us. I mean, we don't ever not turn on our ambiance rooms in this house anymore. Every morning when we get up, it's like one of the first things we do is we pick our ambiance thing that we want on for the day, and we let it roll. And like I said, most of these are like 12 hours long. They're fantastic. And you can even create like your little favorites playlist that you can, reference to anytime you want. So when I say like choose your joy, create your joy on purpose every single day, this is what I mean. Add the flowers, add the candles, add the music, add the ambiance rooms, call a friend and laugh, take a walk. All of these are things that are so easy to do, and they add up, and they just do so many amazing things for you. It's like, I can't even explain it unless you actually do it, but I promise you it will make a difference, and you will love it. You'll feel more grounded, more peaceful, and just more alive by surrounding yourself with these kind of things. So that is glow up number 7, is to create your joy every single day. Little tiny moments like that. And you're going to see a big difference from that. Okay. So I think the important thing to remember here, ladies, especially for us over 40, is like your glow is not gone. Just so you know that. It might be buried right now underneath stress and comparison and exhaustion and pressure. It's probably buried, but your glow is still there. You just got to peel the layers off the top of it. It's never too late for a glow up. And it's never too late to take back charge of your life and put that joy in there. And what better time to do it than summer? This is your time for your summer glow up. And that's why I'm launching this episode, because we're right at the beginning of summer. That gives you 3 full months of glow up time. So this is like a challenge for you. I really do challenge you. I invite you. I welcome you to do this summer. Do these things that I've listed. I couldn't imagine any one person coming out of doing these things in 3 months and telling me that was a waste of my time. I got nothing from it. I enjoyed none of that. I highly doubt that's going to happen. What do you have to lose, ladies? Go do this. And then you'll be able to carry this on into your life afterwards. But like I said, summer is such a really good time to reset. I actually prefer to set goals and resets at the beginning of summer than I do on New Year's Day every year. I think, me personally, New Year's Day is one of the hardest times to set and stick with goals, because you're going into the most darkest, drabbest, coldest, slowest months of the year, at least for most of us, depending on where you live. But for the majority of us people, winter sucks, especially January, February, and March. Not a lot of fun holidays thrown in there. Not a lot of, it's just, that's a tough time of year. For me, that's when my energy is the lowest. Not to say that you can't set and achieve goals at the beginning of the year. You absolutely can. But I find it much easier in the summer. I gotta tell you, much easier, much more energy levels there. The sunshine helps out tremendously. Um, so I feel like that specifically once you hit Memorial Day, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, this is your time to shine. This is your time for the perfect glow up for sure. So try it out. Try it out. Sound good? All right. Let's take one last sip of Java. Cheers to you all. And let's shift our mindsets back into taking on the day mode. I hope you enjoyed your you time. As always, thanks for joining me on Java and Joy. I truly hope that this conversation poured a little joy into your day. If this episode helped you, please share this with a friend. Leave me reviews. It helps me out tremendously. It allows me to continue to bring you this free content every single day by you doing those things, and it can help me find even more people, help them find their joy. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Okay. But yeah, you can leave me reviews on Spotify or iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. I'm on all of them. Okay. So if you could do that, that would be fantastic. And of course, if you're not in the Joy Circle, get your booties in the Joy Circle, ladies. So much fun to come in that group. And as always, come find me on social media at Carla Joy Wellness. Love to see you guys all there. All of my links and resources are in the show notes, but if you're listening to this on the radio or you don't know where to go, carlajoywellness.com, Carla with a K. Everything's there. Anything you need from me is there. But as always, you can always reach out on social media or email me, and we can chat. If you need anything, I'm always here. But until next time, you guys, keep finding your joy one sip at a time.